Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Subscribe now. I know. Hey, hit that like button, share and subscribe. This is Author Oma coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Hello, you guys. How y'all doing? I want to say Grand Rising, but it's after 5 in the evening, and I'm still up. I'm still kicking it, feeling a lot better. But y'all know I just... oh boy, let me put this picture up. Let me get this out the way so I won't have to explain this. Oh no, that's not the picture I want. But while I'm doing it, while it's up, today we'll be talking about Black mothers, Black parents in general with police brutality. I decided to do this because of Miss Fletcher. Miss Fletcher, I think everybody kind of like focus on the cheating part of that interview with Dustin, but something grabbed my attention because that's my work that I do, my journalism work, my Black Panther work for many, many years, like 57 years. That's the work I've been doing, boots on the ground in these police brutality case. Right here, here's a Black mother with her son. Just quite interesting when Miss Fletcher said that the reason she felt like a Black man should not be arrested, she was been traumatized. She had watched her son be abused by cops, you guys, and not only your sons, your little children, and women as well. So let's just listen to Miss Fletcher, and she also talked about their timeline of her and her husband's relationship.
You'd like to share with everyone to just kind of clear up the timeline of how you and your husband of 29 years, almost 30 years, Chris Fletcher, met in the beginning. What is the origin story of your relationship with Chris?
For me at this point, there's nothing to really clear up. I'm over it. I know the truth. God knows the truth. Everybody has their truth. If you do the math don't math. Our son, Chris Jr., He's 29. We've been married, next month, 30 years. Before I want to say whatever it was, I don't even try to keep up with all the mess, the drama. It's too much. I can't really entertain it. When I met my husband, I want to say that was in December. I don't even recall the year that it was. I do know it was around the holidays. It was around Christmas. But his oldest daughter, she is 32. Mm-hmm. My son is 32. Lance, my oldest, Lance will be 33 this month. Mm-hmm. So they're like 6 months apart. She's 32, Lexi. She'll be 33 in December. Lance will be 33 on the 19th of June. Mm-hmm. Chris is 29. So no one married me just be saying I got pregnant. I was nowhere near pregnant. You're 29, you got 30, 31, 32. Okay, you're 32. Chris and Lex is 3.5 years apart. Yeah. Oh,
right.
Make it make sense. The only sense out of it is when I did meet my husband, and I was very transparent about that. He was married that I did not know. He did not share that with me at the time. Of course, we did meet at a club. Mm-hmm. So everyone knows that. I want to say a few months later, I found out that he was married, but his first wife, they was not even married a year. So technically, they could have gotten an annulment. That's why I said I don't like to throw stones for stone.
For sure.
If you're gonna talk about something, talk about that you married him or he married you because you're the one that got pregnant.
Okay.
Not me. You and him got married because you were pregnant with a child, and y'all's married.
What's the shade about? You got this man. She's been with this man for many, many years. Why is she shading the first wife? I don't understand that. But anyway, her daughter came out and repeated it as if Miss Fletcher was the better catch. But Miss Fletcher, he did the same thing to you. You had the same spirit. This man did not respect you. He cheated on you as well. Miss Fletcher, the first wife, just decided that she was not going to stay. And Miss Van says as well. Why do y'all encourage these black women to stay in these toxic relationships?
Marriage was what, a year, if that, and then you was divorced. It happens, but your marriage had nothing to do with or why you're not married anymore. So I know the truth.
Right.
Most people here in Huntsville know the truth. I can't entertain the ignorance.
Right. And I just really wanted to give you a chance to kind of just speak directly to that conversation because there's been a lot of different things being said about the state of your husband's relationship when you all met. And again, this is your husband of 30 years at this point. So it's really a moot point. Exactly. But just to give you an opportunity to clear things up for your name. When you guys did meet, what was the state? Were him and his, you said it was basically a brand.
They were legally separated.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I think people need to hear you say.
They were legally separated. Mm-hmm. And I told him,
what does legally separated mean, y'all? I can't figure that out. What is it? You go to the court and the court say you are legally separated. It's on paperwork. It's on document. I've never seen that before, but I don't know if that's a street slang or is that real? I don't know.
So I know this for sure because I will be honest. I have no lie to tell you. When I found out he was married, I was not happy about it. I was not happy about it. She know that they were separated. He know that they were separated. She wanted to talk to me about it. Hey.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he wasn't far from where we live at. And
okay, you guys, I'm trying to get to the part where Miss Fletcher is describing police brutality and her fears. A lot of black women, black family go through fears that our black children would never make it home.
it's critical. And that's why I constantly try to take care of myself. But it didn't really bother me. It's like, okay, I'm older. But I do know I look good for my age. Do I think I look better than some of you ladies? Yes.
You are beautiful,
I
Miss
do.
Fletcher. Yes,
Just as good. But
yes.
I'm not into, okay, you look 20, you look 30. It's nothing new. People tell me that all the time. Oh my God. And I thought you was in your 30s, or hell, if I put on an updo ponytail, whatever, somebody said 20s. Hell, I know I don't look no damn 20.
Well, I think you all of you are. It's a beautiful cast to be a part of. I think you all are a gorgeous, black, wealthy, and busy cast, and we love to see that. What was it easy for you to not invite Martell, considering the history that you guys have as long-standing friends, right? Was it easy for you to not invite Martell to your birthday party? Because we know initially you had expressed that you did not agree with, I think were the words you used, his arrest, his recent arrest that we know we saw play out on the show. And then you got a little clarity on that from Melody. So was your decision not to invite him influenced by maybe some of the information you got regarding what led to his arrest, and what was that moment like for you?
Well, for me, and this is my truth, the statement that I made first about black men, that was something I was pissed about, a situation that happened to my son, Lance, and he could have lost his life. He's never been in trouble like that with the law.
So I think she got some good kids, y'all. That's basic. I do know that just being black, they will stop you. But Miss Fletcher will have a flashback, traumatized about what she saw with her own eyes, her son getting abused by the cops. So she said this is what led her to say that about Martell, that she don't like seeing black men go to jail. She didn't explain it, so we went after her. Now I understand, you guys. Although Martell is the abuser, you guys. But in this case, I do know that she, along with many other mothers, parents, for their little children, their little boys, their little girls, women, and men, we fear police brutality. Will your child come back home?
My son Chris, yes, of course. But he had his son with him, and he was getting jacked up, thrown around on a car. And I was on the phone with him, and I could hear, and I kept saying, "Where are you at? Where are you at? Just tell me." And the officer was like, "You need to get off the phone, get off the phone." And it was getting ugly.
That's scary.
And my grandson was in the car.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he wasn't far from where we live at. And I said, giving the officer, "You don't show up here." Make a long story short, me and my husband show up anyway. And he's roughing him around, throwing him around. And I was like, "I want your badge. And I need someone else out here." Like Lance Wickley, he was like, he pulled me over, said I was speeding, yada, yada, yada. Something was called in, apparently from the ex-wife, that they get into it about him not releasing his son to her husband.
Okay.
And that's what started that. Another officer was called in, more seasoned, older gentleman. He got the spill of it, what actually took place. with Diesel's last name. It was just a lot.
Okay.
That was taking place between him and his ex-wife. And when the other cop came and got the logistics of all of it, he was like, let him go. This is, the rest should have never happened, basically, because we had proof of everything. That was.
Miss Fletcher, my heart go out to you, because it could have been another Ahmaud Arbery, right? George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland. It could have been another one of those incidents. So I understand, Miss Fletcher. I be on a lot of those cases, and I be boots on the ground. And right now I just covered the story, but I'm no longer out there in the streets with them. I'm just out in the streets covering the story, guys. I do have a publishing company. It's expired now, but that is where I get all my media press passes. I do get press passes because of my work that I do. And I did go to Alabama A&M. I took up communication, yeah. But anyway, you got and nursing. So this helps me to understand, Miss Fletcher, you guys.
Happening and taking place. So they wound up letting him go. So when I made that statement, I was pissed because what I heard was he had the kids or some of his kids.
Oh.
And all I could think about was Lance had his child and how did it actually go down.
It triggered you in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
It really did, because my grandson could have lost his dad in that moment. I seen this with my own, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
In the way it was handled.
Yeah.
With the younger officer. And it took another officer to come and assess the whole situation. And
y'all see what she said, the young officer. So they have been trained. Their ancestors trained them to keep this going, right? That to keep their foot on black people's necks when they see them.
Find out what really was going on. To release my son up off that car from choking him, throwing him around handcuffed.
Right.
And he wasn't resisting arrest or anything. So when I made that statement, it was not to discredit Mel.
Mm-hmm.
It was not to discredit whatever she's dealing with Martell or anybody. I think sometimes people go too far when they don't know everything or what someone else's issue or processing going through. But I did make the statement. And I'm a big girl. I always say, when I'm wrong, I can say I'm wrong. I don't think I should have made that statement, because the world don't know what I'm dealing with or what I've dealt with and why I said what I said. But that's why I said it.
So, and then many of us is wondering, why aren't you talking to Mel? Anyway, you guys, that's what she say. But again, Miss Fletcher, I got a lot of respect for Miss Fletcher, y'all. I do. She's well respected in the community. She really is. But Miss Fletcher, once you found out with Melody, you had that conversation with Martell, and you were saying, well, I told her that I didn't think a black man should go to jail. But she did say that Martell was wrong. And I guess she just straddling the fence. Miss Fletcher want to stay friends with both of them. She said she met both of them together. That's why she want to stay friends. But the thing of it is, Miss Fletcher, what kind of advice were you giving Melody? Melody might have left earlier, but she probably was following your advice, because you're the older lady that was stay with a man regardless of what he do, and you will convince the younger girls to do that too. But anyway, that's just my opinion. gotta ride it back. Oh, well. I should have had my
You should have had the way.
Yeah, my daughter told me to bring my wheelchair down. Anyway, I'm proud. I did this in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, so it's proud to see that the movement is still going.
That's
Yes.
real.
Grandma proud. Proud grandma. Proud great grandma. So proud. Ahmaud Publishing Company coming at you live. Black News Media. This is the formation in Atlanta, Georgia, led by Grandmaster Jay.
They made it. They're about 20 minutes late. All the disturbance is over now.
This is Ahmaud Publishing Company. I'm out here with Grandmaster Jay at the formation. I'm out here at the formation with Grandmaster Jay.
We got girls.
As you can see, this is Grandmaster Jay.
Let's go!
In fact, coming at you. This is Ahmaud Publishing Company out here with Grandmaster Jay. This is Ahmaud the activist reporting to you from Louisiana, you guys. I'll never forget. Tracy Pellerin, he was one of those cases that had went unnoticed. And I went down to see what was going on. Why isn't this man, Mr. Pellerin, couldn't get any justice? Anyway, Miss Fletcher has a valid concern. In this case, Mr. Pellerin was going to the convenience store, and for some reason, they decided to target Mr. Pellerin. Anyway, this is what happened. Lafayette Police Department, August the 21st. It's in 2020, y'all. Trayford Pellerin, a 31-year-old black man, was killed by a Lafayette police officer outside a convenience store. Cell phone videos of the incident clearly showed Pellerin moving away from the officers, but they shot him 10 times, y'all, killing him for no reason at all. They can't give us a reason. An autopsy later showed evidence that officers had tased him before using deadly force. Trayford Pellerin's family recently joined the ACLU of Louisiana Justice Lab for a virtual town meeting to demand justice and the immediate release of all video footage of the incident. Trayford's father, Cedric, his mother, Michelle, his auntie, Closey, and his sister, Taranika, shared their memories of Trayford Pellerin. And then Mom was there speaking when I went down as an activist and to cover the story with Boots on the Ground, Ahmaud Publishing Company. I went to cover that story. Now, the other young man, I don't want to call his name wrong. It was two of them. It was Mr. Pellerin and the other young man that was drugged by the car. I need to get his name, y'all. But anyway, this is Boots on the Ground. This is what I do. I cover stories all over the United States, and mainly police brutality stories. Okay, you guys, that That was in 2020, you guys. I think that was 2021 was the last time I was just going on different cases. Yeah. No, I think I did. I did go afterwards. I went to Black Wall Street. I went down there with my Black Panthers buddies to cover that story. But anyhow, let me bring Miss Pinky up. You guys, it's sad what we go through in the community. You guys, we do know that that is a concern. What Nell say? Hello, Pinky. How are you?
Hello, how you all doing? I'm doing fine. How's everybody? Wait, wait. I'm just trying to turn something off. I'm doing just fine, guys. Uh, I'm glad to be here. I'm just tired, but I'm glad to be here with everybody. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. I'm glad you're going over that story with Nell, because Nell, I know what she said to Mel and how she said it to Mel. To me, I think, in my opinion, I think she's just trying to clean it up. Now, I understand not wanting black men to go to jail, but Martell is a grown man. He's a grown ASS man.
He also was the abuser too.
Right. He was also the abuser, and
Mhm.
he knew what he was doing. So I cannot. That's just like saying if you hurt somebody, you go and take a knife and somebody, but you shouldn't go to jail. If you take a pow and shoot somebody, oh, you shouldn't go to jail because you're no. I don't. Montel did wrong, and he know he's wrong. If this man don't get any punishment, he will keep on the road that he's on, which is that wrong road. And I don't even him going to jail won't stop him. He's the kind of psycho, in my opinion, just going to do what he want to do. So I don't. Nell can take that to somebody else. She's just trying to clean it up.
Hold it,
You
hold
know
it.
the difference.
Hold it, hold it. Miss Gemini is agreeing with you. She said, I don't believe Nell at all, in my opinion only. So Miss Gemini, they're not Nell, you're not fooling. I'm trying my best, Nell, but you're not fooling nobody. Okay.
Mm-mm. No, she's not fooling nobody. And Jim, I thank you for the super sticker for Black Titanic. Thank you for that. Uh, but also, I agree too. She's not fooling anybody. She's just trying to clean it up. She know what she's saying. She don't care nothing about Mel. She's gonna agree with Martell till the cows come in. That's the way I feel.
Mhm.
And because if that was a friend, if she's got to remember, been a side chick for all those years and all those years, so she's still with that male identifier thing. And so Martell can do anything he wants. She's still going to side with him, and Chris too, because Martell got some dirt on them, and I can't wait till he just because he's sloppy with it. He's going to spill it sooner or later.
Mhm.
That's the way I feel. He's letting it slowly drop out about her being a side chick, and he ain't taking that back. He let that out, and he was trying to explain to Chris how he knows she's a side chick, but by the time frame. But Chris was trying to shut him down. But
Mhm.
Martell is going to tell all. He's letting them know I still got the dirt. So
Mhm.
it must be a side baby out there somewhere, or the girl is so young it makes him look like he needs to be in jail. But I ain't going to talk about that.
Well,
Okay.
okay, we're gonna go ahead on and get Neil out the way. Now, also another thing that Neil said that I was taken back about Neil shading the first wife when she said, "Oh, he just only married you because you were pregnant, and then you didn't stay married long at all." And to me, that made to me seem like she feel like she was the better catch or the better for Mr. Fletcher, and Mr. Fletcher wanted and loved her more, but she got the same thing. He didn't change. The other lady said that he wouldn't stop cheating on her, namely with you. Now, this is what the wife said. She said that I sat down and had a talk with you. I guess that talk was say, leave my man alone. I'm trying to work on my marriage. And then she said, and later on, she found a lot of evidence that he still was messing around with her. So that was when she made that decision to get out. Another thing I like to say, what Miss Van says, why do you guys always trying to encourage these black women to stay in a toxic relationship? Okay, Pinky, go ahead on.
Yeah, on the portion about his ex-wife. I don't blame his ex-wife. He was probably fooling around with Nell and somebody else too, just like
He
the rest
won.
of them. They didn't have one side chick, so you can't tell me he was just fooling around with her. Nell just she just aggressive with him. She just the type of side chick that I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for my man. I'm gonna fight for this no
Mhm,
good man. And that's
mhm,
what I believe happened. She just
mhm,
decided she's gonna fight, and the other woman is too classy. She is too classy to be fighting with some side chicks when she's the wife. So she
mhm.
just did like any other woman. Have him, like Mel. Have him. Go at it. Y'all have him.
And she also, when she left, and he went crying, begging her to come back. But see, she realized he hadn't changed. And probably when she left, she did some work on herself, inner
Right.
healing, inner healing. Once you heal innerly, you're not going to go back to that same old garbage.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
No. And,
Mm.
and and can't nobody tell me, in my opinion, Chris is just like the rest of them, and Martell and the rest of them know. Because you got to remember when he was in Atlanta, and what's his name, Marceau said that he was with Chris, and Chris claimed he left early. Marceau was telling off on him. Yeah, he probably saw a side chick or two while he was down there in Atlanta. Don't yeah.
Well, Chris said that she was in the room, that she went with her, but she was somewhere in the room. Miss Fletcher was. I think he said that. But that show is a whole lot of cheating going on in Atlanta. It's just 3.5 hours away, man. That's where they go, according to Bedbugs. That's what she say they bring their women at down there in Atlanta. But let me get this out the way. I'm going to be addressing this probably tomorrow fully, or whenever I feel like it, because she make my blood boil. I see somebody said something, and I don't remember who you were, but that's a good point. Said that Carlos is using my anything that's happening to me as a storyline now, y'all. I'm used as a storyline. That's what she using this for, as a storyline. And I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I didn't know that they had served this woman. I found out recently that they served her in January. I can't even find. I called down, there ain't no paperwork. It's not documented. I'm like, surely she had to go to court. So if she had to go to court, then there should be some kind of paper trail. There is no paper trail. I don't know what the hell happening here, y'all. I can't find no paper trail of her ever going to court. I can't even find paper trail of it being dismissed. Only thing I know is what they tell me they see on those computers. Okay. So I think she's saying that she went before the judge, like we went before the judge, and they dismissed it. I'm gonna tell y'all I had no court date with Stormy. I didn't know that Stormy had went to court. I didn't know that they had served Stormy. So when Stormy telling y'all they dismissed this case, I don't know if they dismissed it or not. She might be lying. She might be telling the truth, but I was
Like
not there.
I
Yeah.
I think they
Hello?
frozen.
What's frozen? Hello?
Can anybody hear me? Uh,
Yeah, I can hear you. You can't hear me?
okay, I know. I think you was frozen. I
Well,
think I'm.
can you hold it. Let me ask you. Can y'all hear me out there in the audience? Nobody never did say anything. Can y'all hear me in the
Okay.
audience? Hello? Y'all put a one in the audience. Are you driving somewhere, Pinky?
I'm sitting in the back of the car. I just went got in the
Oh,
back of the car. Me and my
oh yeah.
neck pillow. You know that little
Oh
round
yeah.
pillow. I'm just sitting
Okay.
here.
I think they hear me, but anyway, I just want to say about Stormy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this case. They never have notified me. They didn't notify me when they picked her up. But somebody gonna tell me something. And I mean that it's not over with between me and you, Stormy. I just want to know. I did not know that they had served you. So you need to quit getting up here like me and you done had a court date and they done dismissed everything because they ain't, as far as I'm concerned, it ain't dismissed, even if I got to go down there and do it again. So cause whatever is going on is something illegal. She getting on my nerve. Then the second thing trying to call me a stalker. If I was a stalker, they would have been picked your butt up. All I had to do is get some investigators to follow your ass around. That's all I had to do if you want me to be stalking you, but I left your ass alone. Now you on national TV trying to fool the public like they dismissed this, like we went to court. I ain't went no court with you. I don't even know nothing about them picking you up to recently.
Yes,
That's my
that is
thing on
true.
Stormy. I have to get back with y'all on Stormy because I don't know what the fuck going on myself. But she was charged with harassment and disorderly conduct because the disorderly conduct, she was disturbing the neighbors. Other business in that parking lot where she cussing me out like a dog. They listening to her. They come peeping their head all out of their business, listening at this woman how she cussing and clowning at everybody. Didn't have no concern for her other people business. That's what she didn't have. But I will get to the bottom of this, you guys. I will. Y'all will be hearing from me, and it's gonna be soon with what's going on with this case and how they make this case disappear. I'm not gonna sit down and take this coming. And Carlos, yeah, I think that's right. You are using this for a storyline. Yeah, y'all using me for a storyline, just like Maurice did, at the expense of my mentality too. I'm an old lady trying to get around back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with y'all crazy self, using me as the storyline. Are you still there, Pinky?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still here. I'm still here. Just
Okay, go on.
seem like something should be done about her using you as a storyline. I would look into that. Yes, I would. She need to use me as a storyline so I can sue them real quick. So I can have something to do for a little while.
Mhm. I like this. Miss Gemini said, 1958 said, yes, Nell wears the young looking clothes, her hair, etc. But her mentality for her age goes back to the mid 1900s. Crazy, because it seems she didn't grow with the times. Interesting. You sure is interesting. I'm old enough to be her mama, probably, and I don't think like she do. I really don't think I would never tell a young girl to stay in an abusive situation, or I would never ever put if a young girl was in an abusive situation, put that man over the young lady. But yeah, that's she think ancient. She in the ancient days the way she think. What you think, Pinky?
I agree with you 100% on that. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm.
So now we finna go in this other woman. She sent her son to the store. This one right here is a little, I need to put the warning sign on it. This is more graphic. Y'all know about the Ahmaud Arbery case, but what y'all don't know is the behind the scenes stuff that goes on in these cases. Now, every case they have, if they're gonna do anything about it, you got black people out there, not the one carrying the Bibles, not the one praying and asking forgiveness. They are the armed black militias or the armed groups such as the Black Panthers or whatever you want to call them. It's because of them that they take these cases forward, and then It's because of them that if they are convicted, right? If they are going to be convicted, it's because of the armed militia, black militia that we have that y'all never see. They will never tell y'all about what's the moving force behind them taking a case forward. Now, you guys know Ahmaud Arbery, his spirit wouldn't let me rest. So I just have to go ahead on and get him out the way. So we're going to do the Ahmaud Arbery case, you guys. Yeah.
I think that would be nice doing that. Yeah, let him. I know that way people won't forget about him.
Yeah. And here's his mother, this black woman
Yeah.
crying now. This is another mother watches her son. He was into fitness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he liked to go jogging every morning, but this particular morning, I guess he decided to go take a shortcut or whatever. But I was gonna tell y'all that I know that place very well. My son-in-law that's married to my middle daughter lives down there. He always tell me, do not. Oh yeah, sweetie, I got a cash app. I put my cash app and my all my information in here, but it's going across on these little stickers. They said that it's so small they can't see it. But what was I saying? I was saying down there at the Ahmaud Arbery case, Hinesville, Georgia is right there, and that's where my son-in-law live at. And when I go down there with him, he always would never. I used to just want to go to the store, be like, "No, ma, no, ma." No, mama, I go to the store for you. You can't go over there. No, mom, you don't still know. So these people down here in these backwoods, they still think like they in the 1800s. Yeah. All righty. So here we go. The Ahmaud Arbery case. And this black woman right here. Let me I can't find. That's Miss Jimmy. I need to move that out the way. This black woman right here, tears. This was so sad because she had to sit up there in the courtroom, y'all, and watch every bit of the drama of what happened to her son on down to him. When they shot Ahmaud Arbery, he still was alive. And when them officer arrived, that man had pieces of his flesh, blood all over him, you guys. Ahmaud Arbery was still breathing. They just stepped over and ignored him, went straight to the clear man that had deleted him and was comforting him. And one thing that blew my mind was, here he is. Nobody feared for their life. Because y'all know that's the first thing they say to us, that they feared for their life. I can't find that one from Miss Jimmy now. Okay, I'm going to put this on up here. I was trying to get this.
Okay. Until that come up, can I just say one thing? How
Yeah,
they just not one person. I'll be quiet when that
for
pops up.
our
Not
ancestors.
one. Not one person.
Again, hit
Oh,
that like button,
okay.
share
I
and
can wait.
subscribe, and don't forget our ancestors who died on the Titanic, Black Titanic. This is from my niece, condolence. It was my niece's fiance, you guys. Early morning and late night are the worst. These past few days, I've been trying to keep myself busy as a distraction. But it's not till I get by myself or try to relax, the hurt overcome it all. I'm sad, angry, and in distraught by your death, so. And my baby sister, who is my niece, Lord Jesus, ask that you wrap her in your arms and hold her tight. Show her there is a light at the end of this tunnel. Let her know she has strength to make it through this. Lord, I wish I could take all of her pain. That's my baby. That's my heart. They just babies, man. Love your kids, man. Love your family and friends. Be there when they need you. Listen, that's Sosa. So this is I call him my nephew-in-law because he was engaged to my niece. Yes, my niece is Myra. She's the one with the sunglasses. Y'all know my sister, this is my sister granddaughter, right? And my sister and I were just admiring those pictures, sitting on the bed, laughing and admiring the pictures that they were sending her from their trip that they made at the beach, you guys. Anyway, this is Myra. This is who is left. This is his fiance, my niece, Sosa. My condolence to you guys. Condolence to you guys. Condolence to Sosa family as well. Love y'all. Love y'all.
Nice, but niceness keeps biting me in the butt, which is we've been doing 2 weeks for the longest. However, I usually keep them 3 because when it's Martell Holt's time to get the kids, he always has an excuse why I can't get them. Well, I ain't gonna be able to get me come to social media with receipts on that. Now have you? Because guess what? I've been trying not to play into this. Hey, let's talk about why Mel doesn't have the kids right now. Martell's upset because Mel has her own place that Martell is moving into. When I went to get my clothes today from the marital home, marked me in our driveway for hours. Okay? Martell decided that he was going to take certain purses and certain furs of mine and lock.
No tears for the black woman. No tears for Melody. No tears for the black woman. The black woman tears come in all forms. It can be at the hands of police brutality where they have killed our children, innocent children in the middle of the street. That's a mother pain and tears. Or it can be from a death, from a spouse, an intimate power. But the black woman has no tears. Cry me a river of tears. And I'll show you a black woman just full of tears. But nobody cares. Nobody cares about the black woman tears. I did this. This is Kyle Rittenhouse, where his tears were splashed all over the news. He was a murderer, yet his white tears made the news. But when Wanda's son got killed, and she was crying in the courtroom about Ahmaud, the whole world ignored her. Nobody blessed the story of this black woman's tears. Just like Melody. Nobody is blasting Melody tears. In fact, they're blaming her. They're saying she's bitter. But in fact, this woman is in a domestic violence case. This woman told us that this man held her hostage, false imprisonment, when she needed to get back to her children. But we ignore all the signs that we see. Let's look at this black woman right here, Wanda. Let's see what happens to her. Now, right here, I wanted to know, the media was splashing all over Cal Rittenhouse tears. And he was the killer. But this mother is grieving and moaning for her son. No tears for the black woman. Cry me a river of tears for the white woman or the white man. But no tears for the black woman. All right, let's watch it.
Is he working?
So this is when they chase Ahmaud Arbery down like an animal, you guys. So we just celebrated June the 10th, like the day that we were held captive, and they set the prisoner free. But in a lot of people's minds, they don't like this freedom. Particular Ahmaud Arbery ran into these slave patrols. Let's look at how they pent this man in. That's Ahmaud running, jogging.
Which is all the way at the end of the block down there. But as we're approaching it, that's not the angle on the video.
This is
Right. So we go down to the spot where Mr. Arbery
he's describing what he saw. This behind the scenes.
This is the street we just came up. He came from that way.
Gotcha.
So now I'm looking up the street and I'm going, he came from down there this way. So I walked down and turned myself around to orientate myself to what y'all see. And I said, how the hell did he get from the house that he was so-called looking at, which is now a block over, and up the street, to this man chasing him, who lives a block over that way?
Shout out to Chuck. This is where I get this from.
Remember, Jane, that I was cul-de-sac. How did that happen? Well, let's add one more piece for you, Chuck. The guy that took the video.
Right.
Let's go to his house. So, we all happily went to his house. I'm not sure who was in the house, because they closed all the windows up when they seen all these armed brothers coming up, looking in the windows and knocking on the doors and ringing the doorbell and blowing a horn and trying to come down the chimney, sliding into the garage door. Well, we coming in to see you. We just want to express our sentiments from the black community. That house was up the street and 3 blocks the other way. There's no way he could have even have known what was going on.
Right.
But him to get in his car, drive, because it's a cul-de-sac, drive through the way and come around behind, unless they were coordinating by phone.
Right.
And they trapped him.
Yeah.
Now, for everybody who's listening to my voice that knows nothing about gator hunting, who knows nothing about hunting in swamps, this is how it's done. It takes 3 people. You have one person who's the driver, and he's the shooter.
Right.
You got another guy who's in the back on the flatbed, he's the spotter. He's going to tell you where the prey is at. And you got another guy who follows him in case the prey goes the other way.
Right.
That's called a hunting triage. That's what they did to him. So we go, so first thing is y'all lying, because there's no way he could have known. There's no way that you saw him from the house.
Right.
And on top of that, it meant he didn't just run up the street. My man had to cut through somebody's yard.
Right.
To get on the other street. Y'all was chasing him. There's more to this story.
Right.
Okay. Now let me give you the last piece. Of course, you've seen this by now. But what we did realize is these good old folks were so unaccustomed to seeing melanated people in their neighborhood that the moment we pulled up, even though people was bringing flowers and balloons and sentiments, the moment we pulled up, since we didn't have no flowers, we didn't have no balloons, we didn't have a Bible, we had guns, and we had bulletproof vests, and we looked like we were in Iraq or Afghanistan, because all of us are ex-military. Every last one of us is ex-military. We are not making this up. This is what we do.
Right.
They called the police immediately.
Right. Right.
And I would say the police were there within, I'll say 2 minutes.
Okay.
I would have thought there would have been a police presence there in the neighborhood because of the media attention. The neighborhood was completely empty when we got there. Like a regular day, like when men popping.
Right.
Like this is not a big deal.
Right.
When the police came, they came in the same way we did. They came down the same street, so there's only one way in.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, my brother, but when Dirty Bob and the good old boys saw what was down there, down the street, that's another conversation. They would not engage us.
We went to the balloon release. We went to the candle vigil. Met some of the family. We are now in the neighborhood And this is what we met with in the neighborhood, which it don't matter. So they're all at the other end of the street right here. All police, as you can see, facing us. Which, you know, it is what it is. And then we're definitely well protected. Well protected. Well protected. Well protected. Well protected. Shar, check in on my live and let them know what this scenery is right here and what's right here in the driveway. You hot.
So we're out here in front of Gregory McMichael's home. And what do we have right here? We have the biggest piece of evidence in the case. We have the biggest piece of evidence in the case. This is the actual vehicle that they used to kill Ahmaud Arbery. If you really want justice, why would you not check every piece of evidence, every probable cause? And last but not least, why is the guy that filmed it, who was on video, clicking his gun, getting ready to shoot, not arrested?
Hold on, Shar. Hey, what does that sticker on the windshield mean again? What does that mean? Oh. Okay.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, we just found out that not only is he a former cop and a former investigator, but he's an ex-Marine.
Mr. A.J. Frazier.
Ahmaud Arbery from whatever point that they wanted to, they were never going to miss.
And A.J. Frazier's the man with the rifle. I'll show him to y'all.
We got to move.
They're going to come down and call the
Well, they can try. All right, so tell them where we're going. All right, so look. So right now, where we're headed to, we're going to the area where he collapsed. And I'm gonna take you guys back to the home that they supposedly said he broke into, which is an abandoned house. All the properties now have no trespassing, keep out signs. We already know what that's for. But we're now walking the same path that Ahmaud took, where he collapsed at. So we're heading over to the memorial right now to go to that. Blocking y'all. But as you can see, we're doing the same.
Of the officers, we know that Roddy Bryan, one of the defendants, actually shot the footage of the chase and the altercation, the violent interaction between Travis and Ahmaud.
Now, Roddy held on to this video. According to the streets, according to this man's daughter, they were passing this video around, you guys, laughing, making fun of Ahmaud Arbery. They were passing it along, and of course, it wasn't nice. His daughter afterwards, Mr. What's their last name? I'm running a blank. But anyway,
Michaels.
the daughter to Travis and Gregory. Gregory is the dad and Travis is the son. That daughter was really, really, really proud of her dad and her brother for what he did to Ahmaud. And so what she do? She gets on the internet and boasts. So you got this community now. They were waiting on him to come back and jog through. As soon as he jogged through, all the texts and all the phone went on. But what they don't tell y'all is that they tried to hide this. They never worried about going to prison. They didn't worry about anything. Because after all, the law was made for them. So, armed brothers got together. Well, first of all, the first time I saw was just two of them and went to that house. So initially, they called the police on these armed brothers, but the police came to protect the McMichaels, right? They didn't come to put no justice when they got him, but when they got him in there, Mr. Roderick had some kind of, who's out on warrant for some kind of sexual, some he had to do with sex. All right, and so they kept him. But this video that y'all saw is Mr. Roddy. Now, Mr. Roddy finally turned the video in after my armed brothers, like Mr. Fraser, and I didn't know the other guys that was down there. After that, because Mr. Roddy didn't want no parts of these black men. He was used to the black men's with the Bibles, but not the ones coming strapped up like that. So he turned the video in, thinking that would clear him.
Running for his life, being chased by men with guns in a pickup truck, and then killed. It was absolutely shocking. And you have to wonder if that video had never come to light. Officer told Travis they're going to let them go home and change so that he can get cleaned up. Travis in this video is pacing around and he makes the comment, "This doesn't look good," because he shot a man.
I told him stop till he hit me. I had nothing to do. There's nothing else I could do.
I got you. Dispatch 136.
Y'all see his body fluid all over his hand. Notice they don't fear for their life. This man right here just murdered someone. They don't fear for their life. And every time it's one of our brothers, that's what they say, they fear for their life. Oh, well, they thought he was going for a gun. It was a cell phone or anything. So many unarmed black men been killed. But how do they treat him? Like a celebrity. Oh, we know that this has got to be so bothersome for you. Well, I just got a few more questions. You can go home and take a shower.
Like I said, we're going to take some photos of you and then we'll let you get cleaned up. I know, I can only imagine, like I said, everything's got to be done right.
I know.
Okay.
I want it right.
I got you. So
It just doesn't look good.
That's basic. I do know that just being black, they will stop you. But Miss Fletcher will have a flashback, traumatized about what she saw with her own eyes, her son getting abused by the cop. So she said this is what led her to say that about Martell, that she don't like seeing black men go to jail. She didn't explain it, so we went after her. Now I understand, you guys. Although Martell is the abuser, you guys. But in this case, I do know that she, along with many other mothers, parents, for their little children, their little boys, their little girls, women, and men, we fear police brutality. Will your child come back home?
My son Chris, yes, of course. But he had his son with him, and he was getting jacked up, thrown around on a car. And I was on the phone with him, and I could hear it, and I kept saying, "Where are you at? Where are you at? Just tell me." And the officer was like, "You need to get off the phone, get off the phone." And it was getting ugly.
That's scary.
And my grandson was in the car.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he wasn't far from where we live at. And I said, giving the officer, "You don't show up here." Make a long story short, me and my husband show up anyway, and he's roughing him around, throwing him around. And I was like, "I want your badge, and I need someone else out here." Like last week, he was like, he pulled me over, said I was speeding, yada, yada, yada. Something was called in, apparently from the ex-wife, that they get me to it about him not releasing his son to her husband.
Okay.
And that's what started that. Another officer was called in, more seasoned, older gentleman. He got the spill of it, what actually took place with Diesel's last name. It was just a lot.
Okay.
That was taking place between him and his ex-wife. And when the other cop came and got the logistics of all of it, he was like, "Let him go. This is, the rest should have never happened." basically, because we had proof of everything. That was.
Miss Fletcher, my heart go out to you because it could have been another Ahmaud Arbery, right? George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland. It could have been another one of those incidents. So I understand, Miss Fletcher. I be on a lot of those cases, and I be boots on the ground. And right now I just covered the story, but I'm no longer out there in the streets with them. I'm just out in the streets covering the story, guys. I do have a publishing company. It's expired now, but that is where I get all my media press passes. I do get press passes because of my work that I do. And I did go to Alabama A&M. I took up communication, yeah. But anyway, you got and nursing. So this helps me to understand, Miss Fletcher, you guys.
Happening and taking place. So, but it wound up letting him go. So when I made that statement, I was pissed because what I heard was he had the kids or some of his kids.
Oh.
And all I could think about was Lance had his child and how did it actually go down.
It triggered you in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
It really did, because my grandson could have lost his dad in that moment. I seen this with my own, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
In the way it was handled.
Yeah.
With the younger officer. And it took another officer to come and assess the whole situation.
Y'all see what she said, the young officer. So they have been trained. Their ancestors trained them to keep this going, right? That keep their foot on black people's necks when they see them.
Find out what really was going on to release.
So Miss Vanessa is worried about her daughter. Love and marriage, Huntsville straight, no chaser. This is taken from, and Vanessa says, a court-ordered visitation schedule is in place for a reason. She refused to film with him for a reason. The transfer of the kids at school is in place for a reason. Ladies, please stop putting yourself and wanting to put other women in toxic position. She already has to deal with not seeing her babies every day to only seeing them 7 days every other week due to the toxic situation that her ex created. Why would she allow even more of her time with her children to be taken away? You know, I also worries about those children also around coleslaw. It's all floating all over the internet. Everybody know how she hate Melody. She have expressed it. She just called Melody a bitch recently when Melody was in Jamaica. So those children have no business being around that girl. That girl do not like the mama. Anybody don't like the mama ain't gonna treat the children right. That's right. That's right. I worries about those children around that woman. Anyway, this says Martell can't stand the fact that Mel has moved on, doing well and looking real good in all of these petty games. He won't stop Mel's blessing. She's way better off without Martell. And the second one said, according to Mel's account, she was unaware of a book signing. It's delicate when dealing with children. Martell was completely inconsiderate and inappropriate. So now, he will try to use this situation to try and shine Mel in a bad light with the children, like he always do. I've always been concerned about those children around Arian, and this girl post is right on target. I know we joke and kiki in this group, But I'm not trying to be funny on this post. All jokes aside, I am being dead ass serious when I say that the way Ari hates Melody is scary. It's weird, as if that she is so angry
Thanks
with
for the
Melody.
$10,
Like
Super
hates.
Sticker Gemini.
She
Thank
hates
you.
her, but yet obsessed with her. I can't think of one thing Melody did to her for her to have that much hatred for Melody and Melody only. Martell or nobody else did no wrong in her eyes. It was all Melody's fault. It's scary to me. I ain't worried about the children. Real talk. Because you can't dislike someone as much as she do, Melody. But like what she created her kids. Let me back up, y'all. It's scary to the point I ain't worried about the kids. Real talk. Because you can't dislike someone as much as she do Melody. But like what? She created her kids? On the real, if Martell has her around the kids, he needs to be careful. That girl can't stand those kids because she hates their mom. Can't convince me otherwise. The way she dislikes Mel is beyond normal. Pray for those kids. And she's right. Every time Coleslaw referred to those children, she said they did beat ass mama and them damn kids. That's how she referred to Melody and those kids. Them damn kids.
Y'all listen, y'all. Listen. We gotta save us. We wait on people to save us that never been moving in man. Oh, yeah. How you gonna save me and you ain't never been black? How you gonna save me and you ain't never been on any side of the gun? How you gonna save me? I'm gonna save you, my brother. I believe that, my brother. So listen, y'all. Listen. It is time for us to wake up. It's not now late. Listen. I've been speaking on unity for the last 15 years. I've been speaking on unity for the last 15 years. And look, I'm right here, right now, telling you.
That's it, you guys. How you gonna? We need to save each other. I need you. You need me. We all need each other to survive. Yeah, that was the Ahmaud Arbery case. And y'all know what pissed me off? When that woman got to crying, they told her she need to shut up or they're going to put her outside the courtroom, right? That was so hurtful. That woman sat up there. She was quiet all while she was there, but she sat up there. And so, she had to watch everything. She had to watch her son laying down there breathing and just saturated in his own body fluids when the murderer was being pampered. She had to watch all that in that courtroom. And at the same time, Kyle Rittenhouse court was going on at the same time. And Kyle Rittenhouse, even the judge was batting for him. The prosecutor, the judge, everybody calling him just a little boy. They weighed millions of dollars for his defense, y'all. But anyway, nobody cares about the black woman tears. Nobody cares. And that's what I see right now on this show on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I know Melody love herself. Melody know that they don't care about her tears. She got out of that sunken place. Okay, you still there, Pinky? I guess Pinky gone, you guys. Let me read what you got.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I enjoyed that those videos that you was just showing. We need to see that. Yeah. Let me just say something. One thing. I know we've been talking about Arbery case, But let me just say this. You remember how when Nell was talking about her son, she don't think no black man should go to jail or be arrested and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
she got to remember her son was arrested because he, like both of them, doing something wrong. If you know what I'm saying, I know a lot of black men and women don't have to do anything. You can just be walking and you get arrested. You can just be standing, driving. But when you're doing something wrong, taken from others, and I think both of them was taking stuff that didn't belong to them or doing something, some criminal activity. So she needs to, first of all, teach her sons not, they shouldn't be criminals first. She talked to him about that before she
Amen.
talked.
Hey. I'm just want to piggyback on that. She said that her son loved hotel, and that's what he wanted to be like. So, growing with her having Martell around him, and he's using Martell as his example, we see he really imitates Martell fully on down to the criminal behavior. That's what she said.
Right.
She said that on her on that interview, that son of hers crazy about Martell. He admired Martell. He want to be like Martell. Okay.
That's just like, oh my God. And I wouldn't even want to let nobody know that. That's something I would just keep to myself. And I would be talking to him, you don't want to be like this man. She, this
Yeah.
woman, she just put her foot in her mouth. That's just, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
going to
what.
have to do a whole story on Nell. Because Nell done just lost her mind being a side chick. Being a side chick don't get you nowhere. It just let you know how stupid you are.
Okay, so Miss Gemini, I like it when you guys piggyback off of the Black history. Miss Gemini said, Ahmaud, that beautiful boy or man, rest in peace. What? And who would have become so sick of all this ish? They never planned on doing nothing to that man. That man was he was the top investigator in the prosecutor office. The dad was, and the dad had retired less than a year from that force. So that dad knew he had it covered. And the dad told him he wasn't going nowhere. And the other police officers was telling him he ain't going nowhere either. They said, oh, well, I know this bothersome. I'm going to let you go so you can take a shower. This man had all this blood all over him, pieces of
He's
his flesh.
wiping off evidence, though.
Well,
I'm
he didn't
sorry, he's
wipe.
wiping off evidence.
No, ma'am, he didn't wipe off no evidence. He didn't have to. They didn't care about no evidence of that. You see, the girl said that the truck that they killed him with was still in the driveway. The reason I showed y'all that because the media would not tell y'all what happened behind the scene. They got the bragging and boasting. It was all on social media about how they had trapped this man like a rat. That's their words, allegedly. So what they did, those brothers, you got armed brothers out there that don't play that. You still got men out there that protect the black families and just say they Malcolm X followers. They believe in Malcolm X theory. But these black men pulled up. They were in the house, y'all. Everybody was at home when them people showed up in front of their door. The black men that was armed. And I've been trying to get Mr. Fraser on here. He was the first one I saw standing out there in front of Mr. What's his name house. They never were going to arrest him. They called the police on the armed black men because they were scared. So they took Mr. McMichael, his son, in for protection. They did not take him in to be tried. But what happened was that after these armed men, they stayed on their back. Then the Black Panther came. They decided that they better try this and not release them. So that was how the trial got started. And of course, if you listen to Mom had been trying to get this case in the media. Mom had been trying hard. She never gave up now. Daddy never gave up. He had a daddy too. He never gave up. So finally, when them armed people came out to them people's house, that was when they decided, well, we better do something about this. So see, that's how, yeah, that, they didn't worry about nobody praying. They don't worry about y'all out there with them picket signs and praying. What you gonna do? Nothing but pray and hope. Just pray and hope that things gonna turn out all right. But it don't never be no justice. All them men got, those men at the end of it got convicted. Now that man with the video, he turned that video in not because he was on their side. He was trying to clear his mind. His name, after he realized his name was Roddy. His name is Mr. Bryant, but they call him Roddy. Mr. Bryant had been doing some crazy stuff down there in that community. He was already out on bail for I just want to say pedo. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Messing around with just stuff he ain't got no business doing, but whatever. He was out on a warrant for that he had and ready to go back to jail for that. So once he got in there with that, just trying to get that video, they like, oh no, this don't clear you. As a matter of fact, this is our evidence. Because what you did was you trapped him in. That's what Grandmaster Jay was so low. I don't guess y'all could hear him. But Grandmaster Jay was describing what they call that. He used his truck to trap Ahmaud Arbery in so Ahmaud could not get out or get away. Right? And he was part of that. He was part of that murder too. So he do stand a chance of parole in 30 or 40 years, but the McMichaels, they got life. So let me go on back to Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda was crying. She was hurting, y'all. And at the same time, they'll flash Carl Wittenhouse crying. Carl Wittenhouse.
Let me just say this. Gemini gave you another $10 super sticker.
Thank you, Gemini.
Yes. She gave you another $10. Thank you, Gemini. All right.
That's okay. Okay, so they went to the doorsteps. They went right to this man's doorstep, you guys, and they were inside that house. The whole street was scared. You got all these armed men standing out there. And so that's what the bottom line of it. That's the behind story of it. It really was we're going to say the Black Panthers. I don't know what Mr. Fraser want to call himself because he was by himself. That man with that long rifle, he was by himself. And then right after that was when INFAC was formed, the Black Militia led by Grandmaster Jay. Now, a Black militia, when they see a bunch of Black men with guns, they panic for some reason. And immediately they're going to start to take down. Because INFAC didn't even last a year. They took that Black militia down. I was just so fascinating with them young folks because they kind of look like back in the day when I was young, traveling with the Black Panthers. So I just followed them around and all the stories that they were on over too. But anyway, let me just see what y'all are saying. Pinker, you got something to say? You can say it.
What did they say?
I'm just asking, you got anything to say? You can say it.
Okay. You know what? One thing about society today, a clear-skinned person can walk all down the street, go all in the restaurants. They can go anywhere they want with as many pow-pows and guns all across their shoulders. They can walk up and down the street, and the cops will just pass them by, do nothing. Now, and we remember when that that clear-skinned young boy, was carrying that shot those three people that was when they were protesting up and down the street walking, and then the police actually sheltered him, make sure nobody messed with him, and he was walking right in front of as they drive in front of their cars, and standing there with them with his big gun all hanging across his shoulders. Now, a Black man could do the same thing and he's going to get tackled, beat down, shot down. They're going to have all, and then the man don't even have to put it in. He can have it going across his shoulder. They'll say they was afraid for their life. That's why they shot him. White man can do the same thing. It's criminal the way they treat a brown skinned man that got a gun. We have to prove. We have to be tackled, brought down, tased, everything, and maybe get shot before they figure out whether this is a legal gun that you got. They don't ask that of anybody else but us.
Okay,
Nobody but us.
this is by the Marshall Project. Now, the Marshall Project is a project strictly for Black mothers that sons and daughters has been, deleted by police. But it says police brutality cases that capture public attention. Okay, follow a familiar pattern. First, relentless media cover. No, most of the time it ain't getting no media cover unless we get out and protest. But that's what they say. Then it says local national outrage. Yeah, like the George Floyd case. Now, if the charges are ever brought against the officer involved, the drawn out legal process. Okay, now your loved one has been terminated by these race soldiers, right? Now they got this drawn out legal process that they take the victims to, right? And so, like Pinky said, that this project can be drawn on for the longest because they focus now is to make the victim look like the boogeyman. Anyway, so I just want to, I'm getting ready to close now. And I'm going to say hi to both of y'all. It's 2 hours. Let me say hi to y'all over here. But Miss Nell, her complaint is valid, y'all. It's valid. Y'all don't know. And then behind my house, y'all, behind my house less than a year ago, I was on that case. The Black man was hung. They still hanging. And that when if y'all look at the statistics on the hanging, just from the year 2000 on up to now, been more hangings of Black people than it was way back in the 18th century. Now, let me tell you why they say, but every last one of them, they say suicide. That's what they say now, that he committed suicide. Now, I was going to tell you about the Black man was behind my house was hung. Yeah. Now, he had on an open monitor bracelet on his leg. Y'all know them bracelets, like if you got in trouble and you at home. The thing was active. Why didn't it go off? That's why the family allegedly believed that police was involved in this because he had an active bracelet on. Yeah. Found him, and they found him and said that it was suicide. But how was it suicide? The man, hands tied behind his back, and he was gagged, and his mouth was gagged, and his feet was tied up too. So they want us to believe that he did suicide. But see, the thing of it is, they kept that case closed. They kept that case so quiet till I didn't even know about it. I'm all the way in Louisiana, all the way somewhere other parts of the United States, trying to cover those stories over there. And right in my back door, I never knew that man, they kept it quiet. But when it did come out, it was the Black Panthers that brought that case out. Sister Muhammad, she is in Texas, and she's the leader of the Black Panther group in Texas. This woman be everywhere. Now, y'all know most of the Panthers leaders are men's, so I don't think she get a lot of recognition like she should. But that woman is tough, and she been over that. She took over that. That organization. Maybe I want to say early 2000. Anyway, you guys, let me just say hi to you guys. I thank y'all so much for supporting me. Jim and I think you were the one that been supporting me today. Thank you. And a lot of y'all have already supported the GoFundMe. A lot of y'all have been sending me cash out. Little did I know, y'all don't know how y'all bless me. Little did I know I was going to have to turn back around and go right back. I had told them I might come to the funeral. I might not, but I don't know. It's on the 29th. So until then, at least y'all gave me money to make sure if I go, I can rent me a car, maybe stay in the Airbnb so I can be comfortable. Y'all know you go onto a funeral, every house gonna be packed that you go down there, y'all. And I've been in so many funerals down there in Huntsville. And one, I hope you guys don't make fun of me like y'all did before, or flip it like y'all did before one. As I went down there to the funeral maybe about a month ago, overdose, getting what y'all call it, the fentanyl. I don't know that stuff being powder or a pill or what, but a lot of bad drugs is going on down there in Huntsville. So I've been back and forth down there at least 3 every month. Some children have died down there. Y'all need to know that most of those kids I done babysitted down there. So it just hurt my heart. They grown in their 30s now. So when something happened to them, first person they call is me. And it just hurt my heart, you guys, that they are dying. A lot of y'all like to get on here and call me old, but this old lady still around. Everybody I've been burying has been seeing buried, been in it from their 20s to their 40s. So you don't have to be old to die these days. That's what y'all need to know. Sitting up here calling me old, and you can fall over dead the next minute. I'm still sitting up here. So y'all need to quit that. All right, melanated energy. Hey, melanated energy. She said, this is why the U.S. government refused to implement critical race theory as part of the Constitution. Thank you. Isn't that something? I like it when y'all talk back to me like this. That this year, 2024, we still fighting for privileges, still trying to fight to be part of the Constitution. None that they write is for us, y'all. That Dred Scott case right there, every case come up. You got to go back to the Dred Scott case. The Dred Scott case, when these black men is on trial, if they living, if the black man on trial, if they've been deleted by police officers, that Dred Scott case is always on trial. Y'all remember I told y'all a story now. Dred Scott, y'all, I didn't know this. I found out that he was buried right here in Huntsville, Alabama, at Oakwood College. Now, Dred Scott was a slave, and I'm gonna get that story to y'all. I'm gonna go visit his grave site, and we gonna get that story. So Dred Scott was a slave, and he was bold, y'all. He took his master to court. He ain't gonna be hitting on him. He was always known as a difficult prisoner. I call him prisoner. I don't call him slave. He was always known as a difficult prisoner. So they kept shipping him around. To finally they said, well, we're gonna calm this prisoner down. We're gonna get him a wife. Oh, Lord, that even made it worse because you know darn well he was the type of prisoner, if you hit him, he going to hit you back. That's just how that went, and they were scared of him. So when he got a wife and children, no, you're not finna hit my wife and my children. You're not finna disrespect them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take y'all to court because my wife and children don't have no business being prisoner. He took them to court. Y'all know, it's called Taney. Judge Taney was the judge, and Judge Taney said if a black person, when they call us a black or Negro, whatever they call us at that time, I believe it was Negro, ever come through here, they wrote it down that they would never get the same rights as a white person because They are not human. They are 3/4 of a human being. So and that still go on today. I don't care what it is. You're not going to get the same treatment when you step in through that courtroom. So I'll be asking all these lawyers, why haven't y'all challenged that? No, they don't challenge that. Why is that law? It's still a law. It's written in the law. Now we go, let's say, for example, the drugs. Somebody can go in there with a rock and somebody can go in there with the powder cocaine. But that rock gonna carry more jail time than the powder because the clear people use the powders and our people use the rock. So, and that's just how it is. Gemini says that just like racism, BT, clear people train their children from the womb to hate. Look at the Republican Party. Not all, but enough to keep racism going. And I say both of them do. Now, y'all know it's just a sneak attack. I don't know. Pinky, you still there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
You want to say something before I go off? I know you're in the car. Go on and say something.
Well, I just want to thank you. Actually, this has been a good show. I'm glad you brought up the Arbery case and everything, and then bringing up the stuff with Nell, because I haven't been on social media in the last couple of days, or done anything, but I did see that this morning, and I'm glad you brought it up because uh, Nell somebody needs to check her on that. When your kid's doing wrong, they're doing wrong. Uh, and if he's following Martell's example, uh, that's a poor example. That means he's going to end up like Martell. That means he got Martell ways, and he thinks what Martell is doing is right and love what he's doing.
That's why
If he wants to be like him.
he in jail all the time. I said Chris is in
Well,
jail all the time. He imitating.
right. So she should look at the fact that they both should look at the fact, well, maybe he think we approve of what Martell is doing. If we don't associate with Martell, maybe that'll help out. But they're co-signing Martell, and so because they're co-signing Martell, their son thinking it's okay for him to do that too. Because
Yeah.
mom and dad think everything he does is cool. They got him hanging around at the house and everything. So there's no way criminal people tend to hang around criminal people, or they like criminal people. And you know the most just because Nell and Chris got money, that don't mean they're good people. Their character are flawed to me because Chris is nothing but a cheater, and then not just a one-time cheater, more than a one-time cheater, and allegedly like little young girls too at the same time, allegedly, in my opinion. But and then so if they like what Martell is doing, they're co-signing. So son is acting just like that because mom and dad don't think nothing is wrong with it. That he gonna keep doing what he's doing. I think they're poor examples. And most people think just because they got money, they're good people. No, they're not good people to me. Their character is flawed. I don't care nothing about them.
Okay, let me read some. I need to go back to melanated energy. She said, this is why I believe that race soldiers, for those of you who don't know the term race soldier, this is what we use because for the white supremacists. In other words, they Ku Klux Klansmen. But they working for the government. They're your judges. They're your politicians. They're everywhere. This is why I believe that race soldiers are government assassins. The Red Record by Ida B. Wells prove it. And now she's gonna thank you, melanated energy. She's defining what the Red Record is, a document account of the East St. Louis massacre. Oh wow, yeah, I got to do that for y'all. by the civil rights activist and journalist Ida B. Well in 1924. So we have so many massacres going around here, and the government just looked the other way. And it always detailed our property when our people start to moving on up the ladder and building, and they feel like we are getting more than they do. They turn around and it become a massacre. They always use that clear woman though to start it. That clear woman gonna tell you in a minute that he came in here and violated me. Ozzy Rosses, I found you on YouTube channel. Yes, Miss Ozzy, that's all I be, and I'm on Facebook too, but I'm rarely on Facebook. Just friends and families on there. Okay, you guys, I'm getting ready to close. Stacy Boyd, how you doing? Stacy Boyd. Doctor read the court documents. The courts are sick of hotel and ain't playing with his ass anymore about time. Yeah, I thought he supposed to went back last week sometime to court because I knew, or he was upstairs if I can remember. Upstairs from me during the time I was in court. But they all should be known in that courtroom. Yeah, that courtroom that I was in. Do y'all know they call it a crime spree in the news down in Huntsville? Yeah, they love and marriage Huntsville crime spree. Then they'll show all these mugshots. They'll show both of Destiny mugshot, Martell mugshot, Stormy mugshot. Y'all know Stormy got a mugshot. Y'all know, what you remember what Stormy husband was? He was convicted. It was a felony.
Yeah, I think he got one too. I could. Yeah, he does. He got a mugshot. I can't remember what it was for.
Allegedly, I want to say arsonist, and I think an arsonist people that burn down stuff, don't it? But y'all don't quote me on that. I got to look it up. Because I saw, yeah, he has a track record too. And who else did I leave out? Of course, Kiki, and of course all the Scots, every last one of them. Y'all already know all the Scots. The Scots brother, they got mugshot. You got, of course, who got the most out of all of them? Tisha. No, y'all look at that girl. That girl looks so innocent and so sweet. That girl got. I know for a fact. I think it's about 8 or 9 of them that they report. Yeah, Tisha Scott, and y'all know Wanda. She's a felony as well. So you got all these criminals on that show. And they got criminal minds now. Criminal minds. That's why I named it Spiritual Wickedness from High Place, because honey, they are wicked. And let me tell y'all, everybody has a past. It ain't like that they were children when they did this young and they straightened their life out. Now that right there wouldn't bother me, but you still doing it. But all of y'all in y'all 40s going on, some of y'all in y'all 50s going on 60s, and still got this criminal mind. You're not changed. And then you wonder why the millimeters are saying things about you. Now, let me read this, and I'm getting ready to go, y'all. It says, CK using you and millimeters for storyline. Definitely, y'all. This storyline, we were challenging, especially the Scots. They never had no storyline. Now, who come out with a storyline? The Scots asked the millimeter. When you talk about the millimeter, Mel steal your storyline. Anyway, just saw a reel of Stormy saying she has 2 warrants and they were going to arrest her. I saw it today. Y'all, I can't go there. It didn't make me so mad. That's why I'm already stressed out, y'all. Miss Norm also stressed out too. Somebody called me and told me that, Lord have mercy. I said, I got so pissed. I started not to come live because they told me about 20 minutes before I went live. My thing was boiling. If I would have had my day in court with her and they dismissed it in my face, I wouldn't feel so bad because I had my day in court. But I don't know what the hell they did. I don't know how they made this shit disappear. But I'm going to tell you one thing, Stormy. You best believe this same lawyer that I got right now, I'm going to ask her to dig deep for me. I'm going to ask her, find out what happened. Yeah. And if she don't find out, there's other lawyer would. Stormy is stay lying. Hey, do y'all believe that she got $1 million over? Y'all forget this girl is an actor. Says Stormy stay lying because she won $1 million. What, in about an hour, y'all, or a day? Well, this person that was with you, then BT had me laughing. She was ready to throw down. That's my buddy, y'all. She an old lady, but she in good shape. She never stopped jogging. She never stopped. She lift weights. She is in good shape. I don't think she was ready to tear Stormy head out because see, her kids don't talk to her like that. Ain't no young person never talk to her like that. And I was trying to make her be quiet, and she like, no, she can't talk to me like that. When we went down there to file that the warrant paperwork, even the lady with the magistrate was laughing at her because she was telling the magistrate, my Georgia don't even do that to me. She was still mad. Talk to me like that. She mad at Stormy. Lord, she's still mad at Stormy. Every time she think about Stormy, she get the fussing. Yeah, she was serious. I don't think Stormy wouldn't have been able to handle that girl. I mean, she would have been, the lady might have been old, but if they went head to head, I ain't talking about with no weapons. I'm just talking about some old-fashioned fight like we used to do back in the day. Just go head on and get it over with. If she went with in an old-fashioned fight with that old lady, no weapon, no nothing, she would not win. She would not win. I'm telling y'all. Y'all can tell by the way the woman talked that woman was ready. She wouldn't win. No. Even me, I wouldn't even try to go up against her because she in perfect shape. She just lost her daughter, y'all. Her daughter passed. Her daughter was on dialysis. Her daughter and my daughter went to school together. Her daughter passed. She just lost her about a month ago. So that's what she's going through. Maybe I might bring her on one day so y'all can ask questions for her if y'all want to. I might bring her back on. All right, you guys, I'm finna go now. Miss Girlfriend Chronicle. Hi, BT in chat. Hey, everybody, I'm getting ready to go. So I thank you guys for being here. And I'll try to put something out maybe next few days on this thing with me and Stormy. But y'all get my likes up now. Get my likes up. And be looking out for my pre-recorded. Thank everybody for the Cash App and super stickers. And those of you that want my P.O. box, I don't remember that. I remember the address, but don't remember the zip. So because it's in another little city. But go to my email and say, hey, this is me. I want a book. And what I'll do, I'm gonna mail y'all back all the information you need if you want a book. Okay. Love y'all. And I'm finna end this. Love everybody. Y'all, it's 7:45. Y'all listen to True T. I hope she come out today, but she got something else she want to talk about. So y'all make sure y'all be looking out for True T, okay? And I know y'all saw the last one she put out, True T, but that girl right there keep you laughing too. She is indeed the queen of shade. She got Nene beat. I used to think Nene on Love and Marriage, not Love and Marriage, on the Real House of Atlanta was the queen of shade, but she found her match when it comes to True T. All right, good night, y'all. Good night.